Well, you wait 2, 3 months for another clock video and to come along at the same time, pretty much. So here is my official latest acquisition. This is a 1930s, I'm going to assume, Junghans wall clock. You can see if this isn't the most Art Deco thing in my entire house, I don't know what is. And again, apologize for the background noise. The local meth head is currently in the room with me. So, yeah, I'm talking to you. But anyway, it just screams 1930s modernism essentially with the whole Art Deco thing and whatnot. With the kind of stair top and all of the carvings and whatnot in it. I don't know. I probably sound like a fucking idiot, so I'm just gonna stop trying to say anything like that. An interesting design about it is that you can see it's got a bottom crown here and the top crown. You think that would be on the box of the case, but no, the entire front of it is the door, pretty much, and it's actually quite a beefy case. I think it might be deeper than my Yaush triple chime, which is really kind of weird because this only has a gong in it. Meanwhile, that Yaush triple chime well has, an 8 rod, technically, yeah, actually a 12 rod gong block in it. Anyway, so opening the doors, you can see the whole thing just swings open. And I'm sorry to anybody who has crippling levels of OCD because, yes, the dial is very crooked. I'm not sure whether the movement's sitting crooked on the seat board or the dial studs are completely bent out of shape or what. But it doesn't really bother me that much because when the door is closed, it's not really that noticeable until you look hard enough. See, there's the pendulum. Very shiny. See, it's got a ton of knots in the wood that are cracking. Hopefully that won't spread. And here's the key that I provided with it. It had like some double-ended key, so of course I got rid of that. And I didn't pay 85 for it. I paid 75 for it. And I'm not sure whether it's an 8-day or a 14-day. I wound it up today because it's Thursday, and that's when I wind everything. But whenever it's time to wind it next week, I won't wind it, and I'll just let it keep going. And if it goes for another week, then it's a 14-day. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned the handle on it. I probably did, but I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling. And behind the dial, you can't really see it too well, but the movement's in there. And then the gong, which the hammer is at a really hilarious angle. Because again, this case is way too wide for what's in here. And there's no evidence that this is a movement swap. This is definitely original. So, I don't know, maybe whoever made it had some kind of mild brain damage. Anyway, enough of my ADHD ramblings. Let's just listen to it, shouts we. And like I said, strikes on a gong. Kind of reminds me of those nostalgic clock videos from like the early 2010s. That's just kind of the vibe I get from that gong. Now I'll go ahead and show you what it sounds like with the door closed. It's actually a very loud clock. It fills up the room, especially in here because this is a pretty small room compared to where I have it usually. Now, I will not be taking the movement out of this because, again, because of the stupid design of the case, you can't. Putting the seat board back in is kind of a whole process because you have to line it up with the screw holes just right, otherwise, it won't go back in, because normally with like most of these clocks, you just push the seat board all the way to the back, and that's where it's supposed to be. But no, because the idiot who decided to make this case super wide, you can see there's a good about almost half of the case behind it to where the seat board stops. So, yeah, that's annoying. But I might either I'll figure out how to post pictures to this, or I'll like I don't know make a I don't know post them in like the community tab or whatever. Anyways, now I'll go ahead and show you where it lives for now. Anyway, wow. Anyways, here it is in its home. It's living here above the guitars, and I really need to get stands for them. I also need to put a new string on that because you know the G string is going to be the G string. Anyway, despite my gripes with how deep the case is and how it doesn't need to be that deep, I still think this might be my new favorite looking clock in my collection. My favorite overall is always going to be, Warren over there. But I still think it's a very nice, worthwhile addition to the collection. I don't think I might get rid of it anytime soon. I think it's really neat. Anyway, that's it.